Peace.
Peace.
This is Joshua Miller Law, Mr. PhD. You're just now entering the cipher called Real2reel360. KYs.
Peace, God.
Bring that beat in, kid.
Indeed.
Peace.
Yeah. What's going on, party people? Welcome to the Real2reel360 show. Let's get it in. We do the knowledge of wisdom so you can understand. Real2reel360 shows in full command. We changing the game for how it all was taught. From bondage to freedom to an independent thought. Yo, the show is here to bring about a change for real. To lighten everyone so we all know the deal. 360 degrees is a fact. We created the show to give our love back to our communities so we can know what's going on and give them the support from knowledge to porn. So if you're ready to learn, then it's time to go. Sit back and relax and enjoy your show. Peace.
Peace and blessing to Allah's mighty 5% nation of God's nerves, to all the human families of the planet Earth. I bid you a love, peace, and happiness. High salute. I am DJ KY Allah, aka Kato, the Black Superhero. Welcome to another hot and explosive episode of Real2reel360. So without further ado, let's get this thing started because I am delighted and happy to have this guest on, so we gonna roll. Let's bring on my co-host with the most, and y'all know who he is.
Am I the meanest?
Sure enough.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this time?
Sure enough.
But who am I?
Joshua Miller Law.
Who am I?
Joshua Miller Law.
I can't hear you.
Joshua Miller Law, Mr. PhD.
Peace to all our followers, likers, and subscribers. Today is going to be a magnificent show. It's going to go down today. Trust and believe. This young lady right here is bringing some heat, and y'all might as well get ready because she's going to make her own way when it comes down to this Southern Soul music game that we're talking about right now. So, ladies and gentlemen, get your hands together for Miss Koffee Bean. Let's go.
Good evening, good evening.
How you doing today, Queen?
I am doing good. And what about yourself?
All righty.
Oh man,
Y'all
can't
good?
complain on this.
We here,
we
we
been
here.
doing it. Oh, we definitely we here. But we want to give you an opportunity to introduce yourself to all our followers and subscribers, and make sure that everybody who sees this share this live because you're not gonna want to miss this young lady. Go ahead and share that. Go ahead, ma'am.
Okay. Well, I am India, formerly of Ghost Town DJs, but I now go by the name of Koffee Bean, and that's coffee with the K. So yeah, so that's who I am.
Now, a lot of people don't know, didn't know that you came from Ghost Town DJs. And what was it about transitioning from that music to coming into Southern Soul that resonated with
I guess I would just say it's a tough one. It's a little bit of both. First of all, the type of music that Ghost Town DJ is known for, it's almost like a dinosaur, or shall I say like maybe a Stone Age alligator. It like had its existence, it's still there, but not really there. Like that style of music really isn't there. Because even though the song has like R&B, somewhat melodies, it's still also considered a bass song. And we know that bass had its era, but bass is still alive due to certain songs that are legendary hits, as for instance, as My Boo. And so I guess I do like R&B, but then also with the help of just other people, just not the help, I would say more so like motivation of others saying they would love for me to get into Southern Soul. So, I would say family and friends and fans kind of also pushed me to the Southern Soul market. It was like, we would love to hear you do some Southern Soul. So yeah, so that support system is kind of what pushed me into that market, into this market.
Definitely. Now, let's talk about when did you start into singing professionally? Like, what was your inspiration to get into the music, period? Not just, Southern Soul or Ghost Town DJs. What was it that said that made you want to start singing professionally?
Okay, so it started off when I was maybe like about 8 or 9. I actually started off with writing books, and then my books went from me writing songs in my book, and then of course, like any other average Black child, grew up in the church singing, and I was always, and then grew up around my, grandma's house with my cousins, my sister singing. And since I was the youngest, I was always like the Michael Jackson of the group. So I was always the one that had to do the lead, or was always the one that had to start the song, or, I was pushed in the front, go, go. So that's kind of how, and I just kind of grew from that, just loving music. And then my cousins, like I said, my sister were older than me, and they would enter at the time, they don't really have them now, but at the time, it was talent shows that was real big in my era. And so because I was the youngest and I was always the lead, so I had to perform in these talent shows with them. And so all of that kind of made me love just singing and wanting to kind of be, on the stage.
Definitely. We appreciate the fact that drove you to that point. Did you start singing in groups in school and performing in talent shows and things like that?
Yes, I did. I did not do started. Let me see. Well, most of my singing was singing at my grandma's house when like for us after church, we would go to my grandmama's house, and we would have this room where we can go sing secular music, because you pretty much have to kind of hide sometimes to sing secular music, because coming from church they want to hear gospel. So we'll start out gospel, but we will start singing some other music. And so yeah, most definitely starting with them. And then every now and then at school it was a couple of girls, we would get together and we would sing. But for the most part, my best memories will be singing with my family members. Yeah. Sneaking off singing with them.
Now, your experience, what was your first professional song that you sang that you heard on the radio, and what was that motion like for you?
You mean as far as in talent shows, or you just mean professional period?
Um, Professional period.
Okay, professional period. Well, professional period will be um Ghost Town DJs on a professional level. Being in Ghost Town DJs was my first kind of experience as far as professional wise. But if it was professional as far as in talent shows, it was, I think we used to sing a song by In Vogue. Those were some of the songs we did in Vogue and Mary J. Blige as far as talent shows wise. But professionally, it will be singing as the lead tour vocalist for Ghost Town DJs in 1996.
Wow. How was going on tour? What was that experience like for you when you saw the crowd, and what was that feeling when you were standing on that stage?
It most definitely felt like home because it was something I was used to. Like I say, I only started doing like I only did like maybe 2 or 3 talent shows ever in my life, and from that we were asked to do opening acts for artists. So it just kind of felt like it was a natural feeling for me going on the stage at that point. It was natural because I was used to it, and I think one of my most memorable moments in Ghost Town DJs was when we performed at the Olympics in 1996 in Atlanta, when there was the bombing there. And I just remember at the time, my road manager, DJ Ace, and Rodney, who's one of the producers of the track, I just remember them rushing us off to safety. And at the time, they didn't tell us why. But when they got us to safety, then they kind of let us know, and then we started seeing it all over the news. So yeah.
Wow. A lot of times when we talk about artists and artist development and things of that nature, you coming through the period in time of the 90s, which we call the golden era, um, learning and understanding the business from that point of view, how has it changed from then to now? You know what I'm saying, for you?
It has changed because to me, I think music had more of a meaning and a message to it versus today. It's more
Mhm.
gimmicky and more it lacks a little substance to it because I mean I don't get me wrong, I love a couple of these artists. I'm not even gonna name them, but I love a couple of these. I'm just gonna say a couple of rap artists, but
Mhm.
females. But some of the stuff that they talk about when you listen to the lyrics that are like charted songs, and we had maybe
Mhm.
a song or two there, but majority of the songs that we had on charts at that time were like people like in Queen Latifah. Look at her message. MC Light. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
yeah, that's what I would say would be the difference. It's just I think our era, our music had a little bit more should I say positive, more positive messages behind them. You know, and like I say,
Yeah, a lot
I'm
of
not saying
substance.
I'm sorry, say it again.
A lot of substance. A lot of substance.
It
A
was
Yeah,
lot
more,
more substance.
it was more conscious building back then.
there you go. And I'm
Mm.
not saying
There
that
you
we're perfect because we do have some songs where we was shaking our
go. Mhm.
tails and doing some things too,
Mhm.
but that was not the majority. The majority of the music, the messages was like you said, music with substance, and then you had that little small. But it seemed like it changed. Like today is more music with just less
Mhm.
messages, and then the music that have message is like that's a smaller class now. So I would say that would probably be the difference between then and now.
Now, as we talking about the difference in the eras and everything else, um, it seems like the grown folks' music is being lost during this period in time, and being in Southern Soul is bringing it back. You're
Mhm.
starting to see a lot of relationship building songs and things of that nature, and it's starting to get our generation back into dancing and romancing. Do you see that how your music is headed to that direction as well? Shout out to all those who chiming in. Thank you, thank you.
Um, I did all that. Yes, shout out to those for chiming in. But I would say yeah, it's Southern Soul kind of reminds me of music from our era because, like I said, we had music, that made us do some pop locking. Now our era wasn't no angels. We had some pop locking music. However, even
Right,
though
right,
we
right.
had that, you know what I'm saying? But it's sort of like in the Southern Soul. You have some songs where it's like they can be a little raunchy, but you still have songs that have that powerful message to it. And so I look at Southern Soul like I look at music from the 90s because it gives you that little bit, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's just I think that in the industry, it's always better to have more of that music with substance leading versus the want to break your ankle and tear off your clothes, and all that other stuff. So yeah, so Southern Soul kind of remind me of a 90s era. They're gonna give you that, but they still gonna give you that music, and that's what's gonna lead that music with substance and some meaning, and a child who's 3 and 4 years old can listen to it, you know.
Yeah. Now, speaking of music, we have we of course we have your music on deck. So, Kay, what song is we finna play right now so everybody can hear Coffee Bean do her thing? Because you better get out the way because the girl is about to blow up something.
The
Okay,
title
so
is Get It From a Mama.
What we
Get
got?
It From a Mama.
Get It From a Mama, featuring Heaven on Earth.
Heaven
We're
on
gonna
Earth. Yeah.
Yeah.
okay,
All right, let's get
Heaven
it.
on Earth. Now, before we go on to get it from a mama, before we go on to get it from a mama, let's talk about what was that inspiration about when we you know what I'm saying, we hear get it from your mama. Where did that come from? What was the thoughts from that?
Well, let me start off with
Did it come from that pop, lock, and drop it age?
Let me start off how I got to that. I have a good friend of mine, and he's also from the bass era. His name is Black Sheep Bass, and he was doing a bass album and asked me to be a part of it. Long story short, that's the beginning of how that got started. So just by me listening to it, I don't know. I just was like, my daughter, I know she does music as well. As a matter of fact, that's who Heaven on Earth is, who's featured on that song, my daughter. And I just thought it would be good to put her on the song, but I wanted her to have more parts of the song than me. So, I was like, I'm just going to start it off, but I want you to use more of your creativity on this song. So that's sort of how that came about. And she truly is a little mini me. She's a little mini me. So it all worked out, really well.
Well, let's get it.
Let's get it.
Damn, baby.
Let's go. Let's see if she get it from her mama.
Man, y'all need to start with me and my dog to the private party we have tonight. Yeah, it's gonna be a vibe.
They say where I get it from. They say where I get it from. I get it from home, yeah. All the neighbors love. They say that's the love. The things in the head gotta do my best. They say when you do, but treat me right. But we be right, I do you right. And ain't no type of treat me right. Treat me right. I don't need no hands up. I already started that. I see you trying to scout me out. You wanna see what I'm about. Get from mama, come to mama's, yeah. Wanna make both of us. It's love, it's love. It is in the head, gotta do money is. The same money do, but you try. But when you get ready, I'll do you right. And it won't take a drug. I like his lovely one, baby. I'm sis. But I am mom, so don't you dare forget. If you ain't talking about nothing, you will get the mute button. We both over here like what? And one place she needs a real man. Real man, boring. Who can make her laugh? You gotta have nothing there, so you can take her out. The apple and all that fall on the tree. I know you're not blind to look at. Hey, where was you? I'm so glad see so many girls they wanna be big. Eat some more. Come no commas, yeah. Wanna make both of us. It's up and stuff. It is in the head, gotta do the money is. They say money do, but you try. But when you get ready, I'll do you right. And it won't take a drug. What you bring it to the table. I'm on my knees and you better do the same. But I ain't gonna play with you. Why would you be reasonable? That's why I'm on it. This ain't in the first time. I know I can smell it. Collectively, I'm up now. I now I back it on. Cause I'm doing good for myself. And I ain't asking no help. It's not this time. It is me. The same money do, but you treat me right. But when you get ready, I'll do you right. And it won't take a drug. Come on, mama, yeah. It's not this time. It is me. The same money do, but you treat me right. But when you get ready, I'll do you right. And it won't take a treat me right. That's what we do, you know what I'm saying? It is me. Come on, baby. Same money do, but you treat me right. But when you get ready, I'll do you right. And it won't take a treat me right. That's what we do. And just like my mama, she got it.
There it is.
Woo. Woo. Yo, that right there gave me flashbacks of the 90s right there. That track gave me flashbacks of the 90s, man. I felt, you know what I mean? Like this had so much of the similarities of the Ghost Town in that, you know what I mean, the way the cadence was and everything else. You know what I mean? Somebody wants to link. They want to do a song with you already in the comments.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
got some music for you. I don't know. We got to find out who that is.
Who that is?
Now, when we talk about the journey that you have or that you're going through right now with Southern Soul and your transition, how
Mhm.
comfortable are you with the different musics and the different cadences that they have in Southern Soul, because it's an umbrella where there's trail rides, Southern Soul, R&B, and things of that nature. Um,
I'm.
where are you most comfortable with?
We said which one am I most comfortable with, or
Most
how
comfortable?
comfortable am I?
Yes,
A little
ma'am.
bit of both. Okay, so well, I can't. Let me see. I can't necessarily
Yeah,
say
yeah,
which one.
both. Yeah, a little bit of both.
A little bit of both. I can't say which one I'm most comfortable with because both of them, at the end of the day, they're still music. It's almost like saying which parent do you love more, your mother or your
Hmm.
father. They both had different roles, but I love both of them the same because of who they are. So even though there are different types of music, it's still music. So I can't put one over the other. But as far as my transitioning from that era of music to this era of music, it's smooth because, like I say, I've been doing music since '96, and um, a lot of people in Southern Soul. Um, Even though they may have more followers or more fans or whatever in that particular area than me, I've actually been doing this a lot longer than some of them. Like
Hmm.
for some of them they just getting started. You know what I'm saying? Because this is still kind of a fresh new market, even though
Hmm.
it's been known like it's blues, but the little twist in it, Southern Soul. So specifically speaking of that, some people are just now getting into it and got a couple of years under their belt. But for me, I've been doing this since the '90s, professionally. So for me to go from one to another, it was a smooth transition for me. And it's still a smooth transition for me. So yeah.
Okay. Now that's our brother Harlem God Shakim. He's a music producer and also a DJ. He wants to link up with you and do some music. He say he has some music for you. So I will definitely give his number to Shorty G after we finish so y'all can do this connection. Straight out of New York, our brother Shakim.
Most definitely. And I would
Now,
love to hear what he got.
as a
Most definitely.
artist, definitely, as a artist, who
Mhm.
was the person that inspired you the most? Like the music that you heard that motivated you the most to want to sing?
Okay, so usually when I say this, people are like, huh? So because a lot of people don't know him, and I kind of listened to him on my own time. But it's a man by the name of Michael
Hmm.
Franks. He's a white man,
Mm-hmm.
and he does jazz.
Hmm.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I'm
Hmm.
always been like a very humble person, and kind of just I'm like a little river, just kind of go with the flow, humble person. And so for me, I listen to a lot of Michael Franks. And from that, I just love music from Michael Franks. I used to listen to Etta James, um, Jennifer Holliday, um, Mahalia Jackson, Barry White, those type of artists, Temptations, because of my parents, you know, and that was around the time when you had 8 tracks, you know, just listening to and that was like one of my best times coming home was being able to put my 8 track because it had like the ball light. So me and my sister used to turn the lights off. The room would turn green. So like,
Hmm.
artists from that era, like that's kind of who inspired me. But like I say, as far as like really, really, really tuning into music like on my own when I have to sing gospel because I was forced by, my family or whatever songs because my cousin liked it. I would say it would be Michael Franks. I listened to a lot of Michael Franks. Like he was just very smooth, and he took me out of my element and gave me a sense of peace. I was able to write and stuff like that, and just love to learn to love music more. Oh yeah.
Now, were you educated on writing music, or are you self-taught?
I was self-taught. So I don't know how to read music. Although I did play the clarinet for maybe like a year or two.
Mm-hmm.
I had to give that up because I was doing so horrible. My mom used to sit me and our family dog on the carport. Yes, it used to sit me. I was squeaking so much. She was just sit me and the dog. The dog had to go too. We both. So I can't really read music. I can't do that. I can catch a couple of, you know, notes, but it was self-taught. So I just learned how to write just from for me. I listen to it, and I've always been told, even now, and I have a couple of people who call me either in the industry or not in the industry and be like, hey, I need a hook for this song, and I listen to it and I give them a hook, or they writing the song and they tell me what you think of this, and then I record something and then on my phone and then send it to them. So I've always been told that I was good with like hooks and things of that nature. So composing a song. So I don't know. I don't know, maybe that's a blessing. I don't know. I could just listen to something and then immediately it's like this should go like this. And then from that, you know, I'm able to compose the rest of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, self-taught.
Okay. Now, who do you have a various different producers or individuals for the music that you work with, or do you have a team of individuals that's in house that you work with?
I do have a team of individuals, but I can't say who I do like to work with personally. As far as Southern Soul, I do like working with D4. I do like him. Um, he's a humble person to work with, a good person to work with. And I can call him and say, "Hey, I'm looking for something like this," and then he's able to, to listen to what my ideal, and then he, send something back to me, and I'm like, "Thank you." There's another young man, as far as R&B, and sort of like the bass style. That would be his name is Johnny Bread. I can do the same with him, and then another artist who I do like to call every now and then to say, hey, let's, see what you can do with this. Is I am MGZ. He's another good one.
Mm-hmm.
So those would be my
I
three.
just got a text message.
So, mhm.
Just got a text message from Raheem from the Furious Five. He said to tell you
Okay.
hello. I don't know. I mean, I think he know you. Y'all know each other from Furious Five. He's a producer as well, and he said keep doing what you're doing.
I'll tell him I say
So
what's
that's a
up, and
shout
tell him I
out and a
say thank
stamp from you know what I'm saying
tell him I say
from
tell him
legends
I
in the
say
game.
yeah, what's
Um,
up, and thank you. Yeah, what's up, and thank you.
definitely, definitely.
Now
But
you got Pastor,
so
you got your daughter.
when it comes down to you writing your music, do you listen to?
I was actually she done bopped out. Okay, there she go. There she go.
I'm sorry about that. You said when I listen to music, you
No,
said one of you always saying something about my
no,
daughter, and
my
the other
brother
person said when I
cut me
listen
off.
to music.
I was speaking to you. I was actually
He was, he was.
about your daughter. Now, when it comes to the music, your daughter, is she interested in getting into the music business full time, or are you encouraging her to, or what steps are you taking to guide her in the right direction?
Most definitely, so she's just became a graduate in December from Albany State University, and we was waiting for her to graduate. She is I can't say she is in the music industry as well. So right now she's trying to pick and choose which song we are going to push for her. So hopefully she should have something out by the spring, by the summer. And that's part of another reason why I had her to get it from my mama. So that, I can kind of, when I knew I was doing shows, I can bring her along and she can get more experience, like in front of a crowd. And also just having an opportunity, because I was given an opportunity, like I said at the time, to be on that bass compilation. So yes, most definitely. And I think the song that she's gonna go with, it features my son because he's also in the music industry as well. So I think actually they'll have a song together coming out pretty soon.
All right.
Yeah.
And that's
Good.
definitely getting the family, becoming the family business. Definitely becoming the family business. Now, how did working like with the bass sound for your music come about? Like, what was it about the bass music that resonated with you, that you loved and or you liked and you wanted to do?
Are you speaking as far as back then or the Get It From Your Mama track?
Back the
Back
mixtape, the Get It From Your Mama track, and the Back Then, because we know that that's kind of what the music was. Came from the bass, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember that era, that was more like the Miami sound.
Mm-hmm. We say Florida. That's that Florida, Georgia, Bama thing. That's that Florida. For some reason, those three right there, that Florida, Georgia, Bama.
Right.
Yeah. So back in the 90s, that's just the type of music that it was. It was that Florida, Georgia, Bama thing. So that's what was out. That's what was hip. So that's why I kind of fell into that. And like I said, when it came to Ghost Town DJ, I was just given an opportunity. And so yeah, I went forward, went with it. And as far as today, like I said, I was given another opportunity, like I said, to be on a compilation with a couple of artists. It was gonna be like 95 South, Prince Raheem. There was a couple of other people who were supposed to be on that album. They never could really kind of get it together or whatnot, so that fell through, and that's why I decided to go ahead and push the song, because I was like, y'all done had me to do this song. This is a good song. Put this song out here. So, that's how that ended up getting pushed out. But I would say that's how I kind of tapped into both of those. So yeah.
Okay. Now, with your music now that you're pushing, that you're having, that you're on today, it's more of a different style. We're talking about D Ford. We're talking, and that's a great producer. Um,
Mm-hmm.
how easy was it for you just to fall into the pocket of the music that you are getting now?
I just hit him up, and from there we just kind of just stayed communicating with one another. And like I said, he I hats off to my brother, because I remember at the time when I was doing it, he was sick. He had got the family sick. I think they all had colds or something. But he was like, "I'm gonna still get it done. I'm still get it done." So, and I appreciate him for doing that. Because even though he was, a family man and he wasn't feeling well, he still made sure that he, worked on my project and got it finished at the time that he said he would have it, ready for me. So, and I like a lot of his tracks or whatnot. So, and I just appreciate him just, willing to listen to the ideal, because I can sing something with a melody and then, send it to him, and I think because both of us have an ear, he can, oh yeah, I got you. So yeah, so that helps too.
Right. So the next song that we got for you right now, hey, which one is this one that
That's
we
Wanna
got coming up? Because we got a highlight song. We got a banger that's gonna end it off, man.
Wanna
What's the name
change.
of it, Kate?
Wanna change.
Wanna change. Wanna change. So what is it that you want to change, Miss Coffee?
Um, well, I'm gonna take it that you asking me how that song came about. So, I'm gonna
Yeah, of
say,
course. Of course.
um, so my booking manager, Sade, And my VP of my company,
Uh-huh.
Top, they kept, saying, because I was letting them listen to some other songs, and they was like, "Why you always gotta talk about a song that sound like it's bashing me?" I'm like, "Oh, I got songs where I can give a man praise. Don't get it twisted now. I'm right, boo. I do have some other songs, so that's how that song came about. So I had to show them that not all my songs I'm bashing men. I do have songs where it's really praising men because there are some good men out there. And so that's how that came about.
Right. All right. So won't you just go ahead and introduce that one for us then?
So this is Wanna Change, written by your girl Coffee Bean and produced by your boy MG.
You make me wanna, you make me wanna. You're looking this up at my door. Come to the way of my heart. Been a day till you get to me from the start. Made you realize that I'm in a doubt. And all of a sudden I got changed heart. Ready to love, no longer in the sky. You come to me, like my God. And now that my guards are down. I think I should always I be walking you around all the time. And down, baby, you deserve the crown. And down, baby, you deserve it all. And down, baby, I won't let you fall. You make me wanna, you make me wanna. Shot into my heart, and the thing you bring to me, make you realize I'm blind.
Coffee Bean, I'm gonna change what's going on right there. Yo, that song is fire, fire, fire.
You
Thank
got two
you.
questions
On
out there.
one
Two
second,
questions.
I'm gonna tell you.
You got a question coming
Go
from
for
the
it.
audience. August wants to know what's your favorite city to work in and why? That's question number one.
Woo. Uh, that's a tough one. I can't really say city, but I can say state. I can't go as far as saying city, but I can say state. Uh, Most definitely, as far as state, it will be my state, Florida. So any little spot in Florida, I like going to
Mm-hmm.
Jacksonville. I like hitting up Orlando, working there, and I would say after that will be Georgia because I like going to Atlanta and doing a lot of work there. So between those two, and shout out to that Bama.
And the second
I had,
question
I had
is
to throw that in there because we tripping it. I had to throw that in there. That Bama.
his second question is what is your
Yeah, you
most
got to throw
memorable
that
artist?
bam in there.
What was it?
Who is the most memorable artist that you enjoyed working with?
Ooh. Oh, that's a tough one. I would say as far as performances, it will be DMX. I like when I was on the tour with him on the Kings and Queen of Hip Hop
Mm-hmm.
tour because one, he was himself, and two, you could tell when he had a way of getting everybody together. Like he loved praying. And even if you walking down the hallway or you in your room, you can hear his voice. Like he got that voice in Dim Nevada. So it was like I would say and he was real cool. He was cool. So shout out to rest in peace, my man DMX, but I would say DMX. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, okay. Now that experience with DMX, I know was something serious. Shout out to Yonkers. Shout out to YO. You know what I mean? Because I already know he was on one. He was definitely on one. It was the party never started, and if he had love for you, you knew it. You know what I mean? He was just
Mm-hmm.
a genuine dude. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So now, when you were transitioning and was coming back into the music business, what was your
Mm-hmm.
thoughts of transitioning from an established group to wanting to go solo? What was it about going solo that you was like, okay, I want to do this by myself?
Um. Well, that wasn't a difficult task because, like I said, Ghost Town DJs, we run a group that uh, we was, like how you see in some movies after school they got together and stuff like that. They enter talent shows. We didn't have that type of history. We was a group that was put together. It was like, hey, how you doing? Oh, hey, here you are.
Oh, okay.
So, overnight group put together. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, it just once again, it was just like home. I just know I like music, and at that particular point, once I was no longer in Ghost Town DJs, I was a solo artist anyway. So all I needed to do was go get in the
Mm-hmm.
booth and start writing. I just needed a product. Put it like that. That's
Right.
what I needed. I needed a product. So that, yeah. So it was. I'm like, hey, I'm
So
solo. Let me get back in. Huh?
was that the experience in the '90s where they was putting? Was
What,
that like
just
the
putting
experience
groups
in the
together?
'90s where they're just putting people together that never knew each other? Yeah.
Not necessarily. There are some groups who got together and I want to say, like, was a Kid and Play. Didn't they both go to school and had classes together? I think. in high school. I think they were a group that, they knew each other. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think that was a group. And I think Outkast, Andre 3000 and Big Boy, I think they kind of, did talent shows, or I think now. So no, so that wasn't a thing. It's just that, it just so happened. It just so happened like that. So yeah.
Understand. Now you was talking about your son being in the music business as well as your daughter, and that they were going to do a song together. How
Yes.
does that make you feel as a parent to watch your children grow in an industry and take your footsteps?
It's a good feeling. It's even more great because my daughter took it, is going in this lane too. And I'm not trying to say one's better than the other one. I love both of them equally, but I say that because I already knew my son. This is something that he wanted to do because I would put him on the stage with me. So I didn't put my daughter on the stage with me. I put my son on the stage with me. And it just so happened my daughter's senior year, either she was a junior in high school or senior high school, and she said, Mom, I want you to listen to something. And I listened to it and I said, well, who is that? And she said, it's me. And I was like, is this something you want to do? And she was like, yeah. And I made a phone call. And like 3 days later, she was opening up for what's the guy name? I keep getting them mixed up. It was either Da Baby or Lil Baby, but she was opening up for one of them like 3 days after that. Because when she said this is something she wanted to do, I'm like, girl, it goes beyond just in the studio. I got to see what you like on the stage. And she performed her first show, and it just shocked me. And so from after that, I got her a couple of more shows opening up for some artists. And I was like, okay, I think I can work with you. So yeah. So I love it. I love it.
Now, you worked with Jeter Jones on this new single, right?
Mm-hmm.
How did that connection come about?
Through my booking manager, Shorty. That came about. Usually when I'm doing a song and I tell my team, hey, this is what I'm working on, and I would love to do this song, with a dude such. Then we brainstorm, and he was like, oh, I know who I think will be good for that track. And I said, okay, well let's see. So yeah. And I enjoyed working with him, with Jeter. He just had a birthday not too long ago, so I know he's still celebrating.
Yeah, he's celebrating that big 50, that big 50.
He is still celebrating, honey. When he sleeps, he's celebrating.
Trust me, we know. We know. You know what I mean? But right now, ladies and gentlemen, this right here is Coffee Bean featuring Jeter Jones. Let's go. Let's get this to going right here now.
Shout out to D4.
Yeah, see, I got this friend that keeps crying over and over about the same old thing. And I keep having to tell her what my mama used to tell me. You can lead a horse to the water, yeah, but you can't make them drink it. You can't make them drink it. Lead a horse to the water, yeah, but you can't make them drink it. No. I got a friend that keeps on calling me and nagging me about her old man, y'all. He did this, he did that, but she won't leave. And every time that girl calls, it's the same old thing. You can cry all you wanna, but you can't cry love. Yeah. You can lead a horse to the water, yeah, but you can't make them drink it. Can't make him drink it. Lead a horse to the water, yeah, but you can't make them drink it. Don't get me wrong, I love my friend, and although she keeps crying about the same old thing, I say, let me, girl. can cry all you wanna, but you can't cry love. You can lead a horse to the water, that's right, but you can't make him drink it. Can't make him. You can lead a horse to the water, yeah, but you can't make him drink it.
Let me get a little beat.
Cry if you wanna, but you can't cry blood. You'll be swimming in tears, drowning in our blood. My dear used to say, hard head make the song. But I learned, if they don't listen, it's your turn. Don't about your business, and you soon will see. They can cry you a river, but don't cry on me.
You can lead a horse to the water, yeah, but you can't make him drink it. You can lead a horse to the water, yeah, but you can't make him drink it.
Can't make them. That is fire. That is fire. Jeter, and that's Jeter Jones' favorite line. Let me get a piece of that.
Let me get a piece of
Let me get a piece of that. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's our brother right there, Jeter Jones. But
Yes,
I'm gonna tell you one time, even though we're getting close to the end, I want those who are on Twitter and Twitch to make sure y'all chime in and hear this in the back. You hear me? Hear this in the back because I'm about to run it back for you one more time. Let's get it. MC Cookie in the building. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Run it back. Shout out to all of everybody that checked in tonight.
I got this friend that keeps crying over and over about the same old thing. And I keep having to tell her what my mama used to tell me. You can lead a horse to the water, yeah, but you can't make him drink it. You can't make him drink it. Lead a horse to the water, yeah, but you can't make him drink it. No, no. I got a friend that keeps on calling me and nagging me about her old man, y'all. He did this, he did that, but she won't leave. And every time that girl calls, it's the same old thing. You can cry all you wanna, but you can't cry blood. Yeah. You can lead a horse to the water, yeah, but you can't make him drink it. Can't make him drink it. Lead a horse to the water, yeah, but you can't make him drink it. Don't get me wrong, I love my friend, and although she keeps crying about the same old thing, I say, let me be, girl. It's up to the man if he chooses to try. You can cry all you wanna, but you can't cry love. No, no, no. You can lead a horse to the water, that's right, but you can't make him drink it. Can't make him. You can lead a horse to the water, yeah, but you can't make him drink it.
Let me get a little beat.
Cry if you wanna, but you can't cry blood. You'll be swimming in tears, drowning in our blood. My dear used to say, hard head make the song. But I learned, if they don't listen, it's your turn. Don't about your business, and you soon will see. They can cry you a river, but don't cry on me.
You can lead a horse to the water, yeah, but you can't make them drink. Yeah. You can lead a horse to the water, yeah, but you can't make them drink. Yeah.
Yo, make sure y'all go download that song. Go download that song on YouTube and anywhere else, because that song is fire with Miss Coffee Bean and Jeter Jones. Miss Coffee, we coming to the end of the show, and I want everybody to be able to know where they can get your music, where they can go see you on your next show, and how they can book you for events.
First of all, I want to say thank you for the support. And it's India, INDYA, Coffee Bean. That's coffee with the K. That's my IG. Like I said, my booking manager is Shorty, but if you go to my IG, that information should be up there. That's also my YouTube channel, India Coffee Bean. So that's India, INDYA, Coffee, KOFFEEBEAN. And I don't think I get back on the road till like in February. So, but if you go to any of those sites, you'll get a chance to see where, what's the next city I'll be in.
Definitely. And I want to shout out Shorty G. Shorty G is one of the hardest individuals that will push his artists. He get behind his artists. He's constantly hands-on, and want to salute Shorty G to making this connection. Also, too, that it was an honor and a privilege to have you on and to get a brief history of your transition when it comes down to music. Because a lot of people that I'm sure that was watching don't realize that you were the lead singer for Ghost Town DJs and that you were still out here doing your thing. And we definitely appreciate you so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you for having me. And I just want to say what you're saying, that I was the lead singer for the tour group. Let's not by any chance discredit Virgo, who is the actual lead singer. So I do not want to discredit her. And anybody else who had anything to do with Ghost Town DJs, from Jermaine Dupree, Rodney, Terry, Vaughn, DJ Ace, and everybody that was in the group. So yes, I don't want to discredit anybody. But thank you so much for the support, and thank you all for having me.
Man, it's a pleasure. I'm not gonna take this the part where my brother let you know that you got a home. So I'm gonna go ahead and let my brother take his spot.
All right. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank y'all for tuning in to the Real2reel360 with our special guest, Miss Coffee Bean. And like he said, Miss Coffee, you don't have a home away from home. You got a home right here on Real2reel360. So if there's anything that we can do for you, don't hesitate to call on us. We'll bring you right back up and let's do it. Looking forward to hearing that debut joint between your two children. I'm sure it's going to be a beautiful thing. They can air it right here on Real2reel if you want to.
Thank you. I will let them know.
All right.
Definitely. Let's line them up.
Yeah, we out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all take care. We'll see you again soon. All right. Y'all be safe out there.
Hey, hold on, Kay. Hold on before we go anywhere. Miss Coffee, don't go anywhere. Shorty G, don't go anywhere. Give me about 2 minutes after the show. Also, too, tomorrow we have the R&B, Southern Soul R&B singer Mathron on. We also have Ice Dog will be in the building tomorrow. So make sure y'all tune in, y'all share this here, and let's get it popping. Peace.
All right. Peace.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, we starting to come to the end of the show. Right now, I want to take the time out and thank our guests for coming on. Also, too, we want to make sure that y'all listening and subscribing, and tell a friend and keep sharing, because we're going to keep bringing y'all the real content. You know what I mean? So, DJ K-Wise, my brother, take us up out of here, son. Peace.
I want to give a big shout out to the nation of gods and nurses, to all the human families on planet Earth. I say peace. But to our subscribers, those who continue to watch and listen to the show each and every time we come on, I give a big shout out of love, peace, and happiness to you. The piece to man, woman, and child of the universe. It's time for us to disperse. We bring the best, not the worst. We thank you once again for tuning in to the Real 360. Bring a friend to hit that like and subscribe so we continue to grow to bring more knowledge and wisdom to you. Upon our show, you make it possible for us to do what we do. Now it's time.